Okay, we are recording. Hello, happy April. I first just want to say congratulations to so many of you guys. So if you promoted last month, if you hit a new rank, if you hit a new achievement, if you had any type of up level or anything in your business that you were proud of, please feel free to shout it out in the comments so we can all say congratulations and cheer you on. And if you are brand new here, say hi. My name is Em. And I am one of your 200K leaders, which how blessed are we to say that? One of. Um, so today, what I wanted to do is I kind of broke this into two different parts because I wanted to make sure that I was speaking to everybody. Oh, congrats, guys. That is so incredible. I wanted to make sure that I was speaking to everybody and could really hit your heart and help you no matter what stage of your business you're in, whether you feel like you are in this like massive up level winning, I'm so happy, like I finally hit my goal, or if you're still in the building stages, I wanted to be able to kind of hit both of those, if that makes sense. Congratulations, guys. That is so exciting. So I want to first talk about an analogy or a metaphor, which where's Brielle because she loves these. I have a really good one, so I think you'll be proud of me. But I heard this on a video and I thought it was a really good representation, especially with the season that we're in right now. Obviously, things are very difficult. So I also want to say that if you are on the front lines right now, if you are still out working, thank you. We are praying for you. We are so thankful for you. And if you are home, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're adjusting. I hope that you are safe. I hope that you are taken care of. But obviously, we're still in the midst of everything going on. And I truly believe that crisis times and difficult times and things that we don't expect really reveal what's already inside of us and reveal what we can handle and reveal who we are. Thank y'all so much. That's incredible. I think it shows us what we're made of, right? So a part of that obviously is our business. It is us trying to still show up and work. It's trying to find a new normal. It's trying to adjust. And the analogy that I want to make, which will make a lot of sense if you live anywhere near I do, but I live in the middle of Oklahoma, which is in the middle of nowhere. And I live directly in Tornado Alley, which means that for what's supposed to be a couple months, lasts like half the year, and you spend many of nights scared in dark rooms with tornadoes going through. And something that is very popular here is that you obviously have, or a lot of people do, you want to have some type of storm shelter or storm cellar. But the analogy that I thought of with that cellar is you don't prep for storm season when it is 75 degrees and sunny outside and there's not a rain cloud in sight, right? You want to be prepared when the storm hits. And I think that so many of us, right, the tornado comes and we're like, oh, like I'm actually not ready for any of this, right? I didn't prepare the way I should have. I didn't save money the way I should have. I haven't been working my business the way I wished I had. You know, I didn't get these different things in order that I wish I already would have. We freak out when the storm's already here. And I think that so many of us are in that position right now where we're trying to find a new normal, but obviously we didn't expect for all of this to happen. So that's one thing I want to pour into you is that maybe this tornado is here for us right now, and maybe you didn't have your cellar and it wasn't stocked with your food and you weren't ready to go. You can be ready for the next one. And that's what I want to talk about. And that's what I want to have this aha moment with you is even if you weren't prepared for this crisis, even if you weren't where you wanted to be in this crisis, that doesn't mean that you can't be there in the next one, right? Guys, we're going to go through something else. This isn't the only bad thing that's ever going to happen to us. I can guarantee you guys as a team, as a whole, the people sitting right here, we're going to go through more crap together. We're going to have scary times. We're going to have awful stuff happen. We're going to have stuff that we are so confused about or that we never expected. And I know it's never good to build your cellar in the middle of a tornado, but I want you to start if you haven't. And that's really what I want to talk about is for you to just realize like that gut check of, did I get myself into a position where I'm comfortable and confident to weather this storm? Or do I need to start building now for the next one, not just in this business, but in every area of your life? So that's kind of what I want to talk about. And not just like a financial way, but also in the way that we show up on social media. So I know that right now, a lot of people are still in that awkward, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to post. I don't know how to show up. And I know that I've spoken on this, but I want to kind of make this reference again. If for, let's say, the past 6 to 9 months, you have been pouring everything you had into your business, right? Being yourself, connecting with your audience, making yourself uncomfortable, making, those hard times, like you've been pushing for the past 6 to 9 months. When a time like this hits, you're still able to show up and operate. Okay, you are still able to be here. So I want to ask yourself, what was the foundation that you built then? What has your normal been for the past 6 to 9 months? Have you been consistent? Have you been open with your audience? Do they know your heart? Do they know how you are, right? It's not weird for me to show up and work my business during this time. It would be freaking weird if I didn't, right? My audience would be like, well, what do you mean? Like, you're not here. What do you mean you're not on your stories? What do you mean you're not showing up, right? So when it comes to these storms, right, and the tornadoes and the sellers and all these things you're prepping for, it's even in how you show up every single day, right? My social media knows that I don't get online and talk about, stuff like is going on right now, because that's not stuff that I talk about. So I can get on social media and just be myself and be who I am and be positive and helpful for them, right? If you're somebody that speaks about that stuff on your social media, they're going to know that it's normal for you to show up and share your heart about what you think and talk about stuff like that, right? You keep operating as normal, just the circumstances around you are changing. So what foundation have you already built, right? It would be weird if I stopped showing up right now. It would be weird if all of a sudden I never spoke about my team again, right? They'd be like, are your bills being paid? Like, do you have a team? Where'd they go, right? Like, what do you mean you're not working your business? This is my livelihood. People know that. So I weather the storm the same way that I show up every single day when I don't. Am I more sensitive? Yes, right? Am I there for people? Am I adding in different content? Yes, but I've already built a foundation for people knowing my heart and knowing who I am and knowing what I stand for, that I'm not nervous to show up. I'm not nervous to be myself. So if you're having those weird, like, I just don't know who to be right now on social media, you may have to have that gut check of like, have I been showing up as myself and like giving my social media 100% these past couple months, right? Or have I not been? And that's why now it's even weirder and I feel even more awkward than I did before. So I think that that's a really important thing, on top of just realizing the severity of putting in the work now to get where you want to be by the next time we weather a storm together. And I really do pray from the bottom of my heart that you were proven last month that we're going to be okay. I hope that you were shown so in the biggest way possible that God is still with us and he is still working through us and he is still helping us, and that we are not doing anything wrong by working our business. I hope that you know that. By what happened at the end of last month, we had the biggest month as a team that we've ever had. And more promotions than we've ever had anything, right? So know that he is still working through you, and people still need you, and your team still needs you, your social media still needs you, and he's going to be with us through every single season. We're going to hit tough times again. Like I said, we're going to go through other stuff together, right? It's not just like one bad thing happens to us and then we're like, oh, phew, I'm great, right? No, you build your seller no matter what. You can even relate it like to your faith, right? If you only turn to your faith in hard times, right? You're not going to feel the same connection as if you show up for him every single day, right? And have that relationship. You can't just turn to it and have that freak out when it's a bad time. It's the work that you're putting in every single day. Okay, those relationships every single day. So I hope that that helps. Yes, everything compounds over time. Okay, where do I want to go to next? Hold on. I try to write notes and then I feel like they confuse me. Okay, well, the next thing I want to talk about, like I said, I want to make sure it relates to everybody that either is in that winning season or is trying to get there. I think that this can speak to both. What got you, and this is something that's been said many times, what got you to where you are right now is not going to get you to the next level of your business. And that's something I want to talk about. And I want to talk about the growth in the way that you treat your business, the way that you look at your business, the responsibility you hold for it, the independence that you have in it, and ask just like, what type of leader have you been in your own business, right? I don't mean to just your potentials. I don't mean to just the people that reach out to you or the couple people that you've signed or the team that you do have. Like, how are you holding yourself accountable and growing yourself? Because I can promise you that that rank that you are praying for and you're wishing for and you're hoping for and you want more than anything, sometimes you have to be real and say, like, am I operating at that level, right? We make this comparison all the time. Like, if you want to be a 4K leader, you better start showing up as a 4K leader, right? I don't believe that many things are given to us prematurely unless there's a purpose in it. And in this business, I believe wholeheartedly that if you feel like you are stagnant or you feel like you cannot propel yourself to that next level, something is stuck and you're not pushing yourself through it when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to the way you're operating, when it comes to the questions you're asking, when it comes to the circulating problems in that cycle that you keep having. So this is the thing that I wanted to talk about is you have to show up at that next level. Like the way that I worked when I was a 4K, if you would have told 4KM that this was going to be my job right now, I would have been like, oh no, thank you. I'm not ready for that, right? I don't want that many messages a day. I don't want to have to, make sure that I'm helping that many people a day. Like I would not have had the capacity to comprehend helping that many people in one day, right? Or leading a team or doing these different things. It's kind of like what Brielle and Jordan talked about on that Zoom is like your leadership skin and growing that is you have to understand that if you are asking for this promotion, you have to step it up in some areas. So I want you to be really like, again, that gut check. Ask yourself, right? Have I been asking my leader the same questions for months, right? For months. Have I been asking the same questions? Have I been struggling with the same problem for months? Like maybe it's that one thing you're not breaking through or that one thing you're afraid to do, or it's that one thing that you keep saying you're bad at, but it's been like 6 months of you saying you're bad at it. Right? You cannot hit that next level until you push through that. And this is what I always say. And I've had this talk with so many of my girls is that you have to go through those waters first and you have to master that before you can lead somebody else through it. You can't do it, right? You can't help somebody else have that mindset shift and get them through a hard day and help them with that insecurity and help them grow that confidence and help them do this and that when you haven't gotten through it first, right? If you're worried about your own success, right, and you're not sure if this is going to work for you, why would somebody be brought to you to come into this opportunity that you then expect to believe in it? Think about that. Like, why would somebody be gifted to you to say, hey, I want you to train this person. I want you to help them grow a business with the things that you haven't mastered yourself, right? So those are the questions that I was forced to ask myself as this team did grow quickly because I wasn't ready for it sometimes, and you have to adjust. So I want you to know that you have that grace period right now where you need to recognize the things that you need to work on with the way that you lead your own business, right? With the way that you show up, with what you're duplicating every single day, with the questions you're asking, the problems that you're having, all these different things. You cannot have a team, right, and be able to successfully lead them through it until you have gotten through it, right? So that one problem, right, that one insecurity you have, the next girl that you sign up, she's going to have that same exact insecurity. She's going to have that same exact problem. She's going to worry about the same exact things. You have to push through it first. So I want you to, amen. We are so worried about being perfect network marketers. We need to worry about just becoming better, period. Amen. So I want you to ask yourself those questions. That's what I wrote down. And it's funny as a leader, it's actually kind of beautiful to see that when we have you guys in our inbox, like I can verbally and visually see like you grow through stuff. I can see by the way like your questions change. I can see by the way your focus shifts. I can see by the way that, you start to independently handle things or independently use resources. Like I can literally watch somebody transform. Right? And that is where the growth happens. It's not that you arrive at this point where you don't have any mindset issues and you're 100% confident, but you have to be able to tackle it. You have to be able to move past that. So I want you to think about like the past 3 to 6 months. If you thought back on like every question that you've gone to your leader with, is it kind of recurring? Like, are you kind of stuck in the same cycle of like that one thing that you're not pushing yourself through? And even silly things, like is it a question you could answer on your own, right? Use that psychology on yourself. If I can't expect myself to answer this question on my own, like what's going to happen when I enroll somebody, right? That's what you have to duplicate, is how you figure things out, how you go through them. So whether you are pushing towards that winning season, that rank, that growth, what you're looking for, or maybe you just hit a rank and you want to push for next one, this applies to everybody, right? Identify the areas that you need to push through. Identify your patterns, identify your questions, where you keep getting stuck. And if you can be honest with yourself with that, you can grow, right? You can say, okay, no, I'm gonna pause right now and I'm gonna figure this out on my own, right? Or, okay, I think that I've been telling myself that I'm really bad at this for like 3 months. I'm gonna write it down on my April goals that I'm gonna get over that and I'm gonna figure it out this month. Like that's what I'm gonna tackle this month, right? I wanna go into May and be like, phew, right? Figure that shit out. We're good to go, right? I got uncomfortable. I pushed through it. Next problem, right? Let me tackle it. And that's what being a leader is it's not that we don't have problems, but you push through them. And I will say that I am so blessed with my leadership team. I'm so blessed with this entire team that you guys know me and that you are respectful of me and that you are always here for me. But guys, you're going to have people that sign up with you and you're going to be like, wow, I really don't know what to do right now. Like, I really don't know how to handle this, right? And that's when you have to push through. You have to step up. And if you have one promoter under you or you have one potential, pretend that you were a 4K leader. Say, okay, if I was a 4K and I had 4,000 in volume underneath me, right? That's some promoters, that's some customers, that's an organization under you. How would I answer this question right now? How would I tackle this problem? How would I move forward through this? That problem solving will change your whole business. If you can problem solve and have grit and grace and push through it and lead with your heart, literally, you've got it, right? But it's when we roadblock ourselves. It's when we keep ourselves in these cycles and you're like, okay, wait, I've literally been saying I'm struggling with the same thing for months. Like, why am I not pushing through this? Why do I keep asking that same question? Why am I not giving myself that oomph, right? And sometimes it's because we're scared. Sometimes it's because, we maybe aren't ready for it, right? We're not ready for that next level. And it's okay. And if you're not, I think it's so important too. Like, I think it's a double-edged sword of like really putting in that work, but also trusting his timing in it, right? You might not be ready for that rank right now, right? You might not be ready for an inbox full the second you wake up, a DM full the second you wake up, people depending on you, right? Maybe you're trying to master this right now. You're trying to have this confidence. You're trying to have this growth so I can get through my day and tackle my day. Because if I can do that, shoot, I can help somebody else do it, right? He's working in you right now. It's what I always say, like, he will open that door for you, but you've got to show up and put in the work and then trust his timing in it. But know that it might just not be time. But the quicker you can identify what you need to work through and those cycles you're having and the things you're not pushing through, it's going to help so much. Because guys, our work is simple. Our job is simple. The hardest part of this business is our minds and our own growth and our own crap. Guys, we can, it's not hard labor. I say this all the time. We can hop on our stories and tell a funny story and get a post up and engage with our audience. Like, it's not a hard business, but it is our minds that are literally the enemy in this. And that's what holds us back and straps us, right? We can show up and do this, right? We can show up and we can impact others and we can learn to open up about things and we can get comfortable on lives and we can share on our stories and we can talk about these products that we love. The hardest thing you will ever have to do in this business is work on your own mind. It's the hardest thing because every single day you're going to have those voices and you're going to have those problems and you're going to have all these things circling. It's not that they go away. It's that you master it, right? So when you're looking for that next level in your business, don't expect to get there without identifying something that you have to work on. So I want you to go tonight and, like, in your calendar where you've planned out your month, write down 3 things that you want to improve on this month, right? Not just, oh, I want to sign X amount of promoters or I want to do my IPAs every day. Like, what is like some nitty gritty crap that you need to work through right now? Like, what is that one recurring problem where you're like, damn, I need to get over that, right? Write down 3 things that you don't want to go into May carrying. It can be simple. It can be complicated. It can be going live. It can be issues from your childhood you haven't worked through and you need to because you're having trouble showing up. Literally the whole spectrum. But identify what it is and write down like 3 things and make that what you're tackling. Yes, have your goals, the volume you want, the amount of people you want to help, the amount of customers you want to enroll, you want to get your free, that's all great, but what's actually going to get you to that next level, right? And as you begin to break through that stuff, your audience will see it, right? It's not that you have to tell people about it, right? It's not like, oh, hey, I broke through this. Your audience will see you grow. And that's when they will be attracted into your business because your confidence is going to grow. Your passion is going to grow. That's when they come in. And that's what I always say, like when girls are like, I'm just so nervous. Like I need to get promoters. I need to get somebody on my team. Like, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can't right now, right? We're not in the right headspace to lead somebody right now. We're not in the right mental capacity to bring somebody into this business right now. We got to tackle you before we can help another. It's the same thing with like filling your cup. You will never accidentally like fall into a promotion. You'll never accidentally like hit that next level. You'll be like, oh, that was great, right? That was so simple. No, you're gonna be like, wow, I worked really hard for that, right? I pushed through so much stuff to get there. And I wrote this down and I really, really like this. It said, you cannot extend an opportunity of greatness to someone when you have not yet accepted it yourself. Okay? You cannot extend an opportunity of greatness to someone when you have not yet accepted it yourself. Right? So if you don't believe in this, if you don't believe that you can be a 4K leader, a 12K leader, a 200K leader, if you don't believe in it, right? How is somebody else supposed to? I'm not saying that you have the exact timing of it and the game plan and I'm going to get to 200K in X amount of months and it's my perfect plan. No, right? I didn't know what my story was going to be, but in my head, like I was like, yeah, right? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to push for it. I don't have a choice right now. I didn't allow myself to sit in that of, oh, it's not going to happen for me or this and that. When I had those insecure moments, you have to push through them. So ask yourself what you are expecting of other people, right? You're expecting them to hop in your inbox. You're expecting them to say they're so interested in the opportunity. You're expecting them to say, oh my gosh, I want to take the products every single day, right? Are you taking your products consistently? Are you leading a healthy lifestyle, right? Are you passionate about your business? Are you maybe not where you want to be in your business, but you show up every single day like you're going to get there tomorrow? Ask yourself that, right? So you can't extend this olive branch of freaking greatness to somebody else when that belief is not within you. And that might be the one thing that's holding you back. Is like I said, I don't need you to have a written out 6-month plan that's going to go exactly as you write it down to get you there. I don't care how long it takes you. I don't care what your journey looks like, but you better believe in it if you're here, right? Why would somebody else come to you, right? Why is somebody else going to be placed perfectly in your inbox for you to enroll when you can't believe in it yourself? That's when people come into your inbox, right? Like I said, when they see that growth, when they see that passion, when they see that confidence, and that comes from working through your crap and showing up every day. That's what it is. This is a mental battle every single day that you work through to say, I'm pushing for that next level. I might not be ready yet, but I'm going to show up like I am, right? I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to create a duplicatable system. I'm going to do what I need to do for my business, right? I'm going to be resourceful. I'm going to be independent. I'm going to keep, guys, it's going to happen. But you have got to believe in it. And the second that you blindly believe in stuff and you are just so passionate and on fire, that's when people come to you. Right? They want to be a part of what you are a part of when they know that. And I know that you don't go on your social media, and say like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous that I'm not going to hit this, or I'm so nervous. I know that you're not telling your audience that, but people can feel confidence. They can feel passion. They know your heart, right? They know whether you're excited or not. They know whether you're confident or not. So I want you to ask yourself that, like, am I extending this to myself and accepting it? Or am I still not working through my insecurities and my belief and the stuff that I'm not pushing through, but I'm like, hey, why are you not signing up, right? Why is that person not in my inbox? Would you get in your inbox? I want you to ask yourself that. So those are my biggest tips right now. And I don't want it to be like super negative and be like, I want you to go write down all of your flaws, but I want you to go pick 3 things tonight where you're like, okay, it's time. Right? It's time. I've been battling this for long enough. I've been sitting in fear for long enough. I've been afraid to feel uncomfortable for long enough. Right? And it might be the silliest thing, like you guys love when you finally voice message and you feel so confident doing it. You're like, wow, that's so easy, right? I had one of my 4Ks message me and she's like, this is like so much easier because I'm not like typing all day long. And I'm like, I know, it's great, right? And then you realize how easy it is. Or maybe it's something huge in your confidence or with a reason why you're not pushing to that next level, whatever it may be, write down 3 things that when you go into May, you will have conquered, right? On top of your goals, like I said, the volume, the IPs, everything you want to push for, I want you to visualize everything and then say, okay, these are my non-negotiables. This is the crap I'm going to work through this month that I have not worked through, that I know I need to work through, because, right, this crisis is going to come again. Another storm is going to come again. Something else is going to happen again. And when that happens, whether it's in 6 months or 4 years or 5 years, say, I'm going to have the nicest damn shelter on this block and I'm going to be ready and I'm going to start today. And the way you show up and the way you interact and the way that you grow yourself and just work through your own crap. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Like I said, whatever stage in your business, whether you're pushing for that promotion, whether you hit one and you run towards your next one, that is where it lies. What we do is simple, right? It's this and it's this. When you can show up with this and you can work through this, that's where success is. That's where you reach people. That's where you impact people. So I love you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I will upload it and I will see y'all later. Bye.